hills of southern Lebanon loom in the distance. These hills serve as the backdrop for the Tel Dan Nature Reserve. This location will allow you to see history that's mentioned throughout the Old Testament, all the way back to the book of Genesis. By coincidence, it appeared every girls' school in Israel was here the same day. Here is a map of the trails in the reserve. The Tel Dan Nature Reserve encompasses the largest and most important sources of the Jordan River. At first, the trails are just paved sidewalks. It's amazing to see the water just flow out of the ground from all directions. We turned off on the main trail to the quote long trail, which as you can see is no longer a paved even surface. If you follow the long trail around, be careful on some of these rocks. As you can see, some of them are not very secure. Here we have reached the main spring of the reserve. Now the Nature Reserve begins its transition from a nature hike to a history hike. These steps lead up to the Cultic Site, which is mentioned several times in the Old Testament. At this location, some Israelites would practice golden calf worship. Following the Israeli War of Independence in 1948, a large military post was set up on the Tel near the border with Lebanon to protect the settlements and the Dan Springs. The post was active until 1967. What you see here are the remains of that post. Although we didn't see it on our visit, somewhere nearby is the wreck of a Syrian tractor which they used to divert the Jordan River in 1967. The city on the hill in the distance is actually in Lebanon. The border is the line at the base of the hill. I'm sure these trenches have filled in quite a bit in the last 50 some odd years since they were used. Here is the bunker that gives this lookout point its name. And no, I was not brave enough to go inside. From this end of the bunker lookout, you can actually see the Cultic Site that was mentioned earlier. Just south of Bunker Lookout are the ruins of the ancient biblical city of Dan. The founding of the biblical city of Dan is mentioned in Judges chapter 18. The tribe of Dan attacked and destroyed the city of Laish. Upon the same site, they then built the city of Dan. Here you see our tour guide Philip Cool. Once again, I will leave a link to his website in the description below. If you're planning a trip to Israel, I highly recommend you contact him. These are the excavated walls of the biblical city of Dan. This area is known as the Israelite Gate. The Old Testament has stories where the king or the ruler would sit at the gate of the city and basically hold court with the subjects. That sort of scene is depicted on the wall here. The rocks that make up the pavement here are original and are from perhaps the Canaanite time. Recent excavations have uncovered this large mud brick gate. This gate has been dated to around the year 1750 BC. It is referred to as Abraham's Gate, for it is believed to be the city gate of the city mentioned in Genesis chapter 14, verse 14. Here's a model of Abraham's Gate and the city that would have been beyond it. It's a little surreal to think that you're actually seeing the walls of a city mentioned in the book of Genesis. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll close out with a couple of pictures of our group in front of Abraham's Gate.